Evan Paul here hanging with Jelly Roll. What's up, baby?
Dude, my first CMA. This is crazy. I can't believe I'm here. I'm waiting on the security to escort me out at any minute.
No.
I can't believe it.
Did you have a hard time getting in?
We're like the Addams Family of the country era. We don't belong here, but we're here.
They let a loser win tonight, baby. They let a loser win tonight.
He's a real rock star.
There are people that say that they're that kind of individual a lot. And there are a lot of people that want to be that. You know, almost everybody in our business is kind of obsessed with being real and authentic. It don't get no more real and authentic than that, Bubba.
You know, I love all the new stuff that's going on. Yeah, Morgan, Jelly Roll, he's great.
To finally really have a hug and really sit down and talk, we both felt like we had just already been friends for a long time, and now we finally get to act on it.
And what I love is he's not trying to fit in. He's just being himself, and that's what we all need to do.
You guys kind of come from the rock genre. Are you guys going to do anything together?
I hope so. I think he's really funny and cool. So
tell me how you linked up with Jelly Roll, and tell me about that relationship.
Dude, neither one of us can remember exactly how it happened.
That sounds about right.
But I can tell you the first song I heard of his was a song called Fall in the Fall. It was him and Struggle. And I loved that song. I loved the way it was written. I loved what it said. I loved that it was unapologetic about, you know, what it was, just the song itself. And I had heard that he was a real dude, right? But guys like us recognize each other in the room.
Uh-huh.
And when I met him, it was like, okay. Immediately, this dude's real.
Yeah, like in my opinion, as soon as you get a face tat, like you're for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the next level. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as I saw him, I was like, he's all in, real deal.
I hope we end up on a song. We've been making stuff up together, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
And really, so my neighbor in my little neighborhood is also a musician, and he had texted me one day and he said, "Hey, do you know this guy Jelly Roll? He's a rapper." Like it felt like he was like being like, "Hang on, he's a rapper, but you're gonna like him." And I was like, "No, I love new music to listen to." So I Apple Music got on there and I clicked and I heard "Somebody Save Me," and I was like, "Excuse me."
See, that's why I love Jelly Roll, and I love him. I love his story. It's inspiring and everything about him. Jelly Roll's not trying to be a country singer. Jelly Roll's just trying to be inspiring. He's trying to sing music that he loves and likes. He's a real rock star. I'm telling you, I think the guy's a rock star. And I think time will prove that. And if he has a passion for a particular song, and his story that I heard him tell on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry the first time he appeared, when he talked about what Almost Home meant to him, that moved me. It made me want to know more and be a bigger part of what he is doing. And that's why I asked him if he would do that with me and come join me.
He's winning.
Yeah, well, let me make sure you understand this. I'm not that informed on Jelly Roll's music yet. As a guy, the 5 minutes you spend with him, you tell this guy's as sincere as he can be. He was raised right. You can tell that, and he just loves what he does. And what I love is he's not trying to fit in. He's just being himself, and that's what we all need to do.
If I'd have seen Jelly Roll before I seen him do that, tell that story on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry the first time, I'd have never thought I was any part of that guy's life. I mean, you know, he's completely tatted up, and he, not that I got tats too, but you know, he presented himself as a rock star, as a rock singer, and just come from a different background and a different world. That's what's wonderful about music, man. It can bring people from completely separate worlds together. And that's what Almost Home did, brought Jelly Roll and I together. And I love the guy, and I will always, like, in the same way that I'm always there for the people I was on that TV show with, in the same way that I'm always there for my family, or will be, I'm always there for Jelly Roll.
So I text my friend back and I was like, "I love this." And he's like, "We hang out sometimes." I said, "Please tell him I cannot wait to meet him." Then my friend Pillbox Patty does a tour with him. It was Jelly Roll and Brantley Gilbert, and Pillbox Patty was part of that tour. And she was like, "Dude, you're gonna love this guy." I was like, "I know, I feel like we're already friends, but we don't know each other yet." So I went over to his place the other day to sing some stuff and make up things together. And when we finally embraced, because we've met at like CMA Fest events and things like that and been, you know, friendly, but to finally like really have a hug and really sit down and talk, we both felt like we had just already been friends for a long time, and now we finally get to act on it.
He's telling you stories that are true, that are uncomfortable to tell, that make other people in the room. When you ask about his story, you sit in the room, some people, you know, they get uncomfortable. And I can relate to that. My story makes people uncomfortable. But the dude's putting it all out on the table. He's writing songs about things that people don't have conversations about. He's talking about things that aren't easy to talk about. He's talking about addiction, man. He's talking about, like, growing up in the streets. And this dude really did. You know, he's a gigantic white dude that knows everything, you know, but he's a street guy.
Yeah.
And I have a mad respect for that, right?
Yeah.
This dude made something and then something of himself without really having any kind of road paved for him. This joker cut a trail through the woods to get here. You know what I mean? And I got respect for that. I don't feel like anybody can take anything from him.
Yeah, if you two were a Jeopardy question, it would be like two guys I wouldn't want to see in an alley. Brantley Gilbert, Jelly Roll.
I'd probably just ask you if you was lost.
Yeah.
You know how to get out of this alley, bro? Man, me and Jelly been stuck here for hours.
If I'd have taken Jelly Roll for face value, I might not have, you know, because I don't care who you are, we all have these initial perceptions. We try not to. We try to be human enough that we don't allow visuals to impair our perceptions. But it happens. But because of that song, I was allowed to overlook those initial perceptions. I mean, this guy spent time in prison. You know, a lot of people look at that and go, oh, but that prison time made him a better human. Yeah. And he will tell you that. And he is a good human being. He might, you know, you might not know it sometimes. I told him, I said, man, I wish you wouldn't cuss so much. Not that I don't, you know, I cuss too. But you know, and he gives off this persona, but he's a good human. And I love that. And sometimes we got to get past all of those things.
What's it like for a guy like you walking through the hallways at daycare type thing?
Oh, dude, you know, when she was in kindergarten, it was so funny because all of her little friends would go, what is all that stuff on your face? And I had these, you know, kids, they're so gullible, it was so awesome. I was like, you won't believe this. I only draw this on when I come see y'all, so y'all are excited about it. And they believed it, right? So finally, one day they go, how do you draw it on the same way every time? I said, well, I got the little sticker things now because I've been coming so much. So, yeah, now it's funny because some of Bailey's friends, and I hope they listen to this because I know you're country music fans, you people. Listen here. You got to listen. These friends' mothers will let Bailey play with their children, but won't let their children come to my house.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. That's where they draw the boundary. They're like, no, his wife dresses provocative and he publicly drinks and smokes pot. They're not going over there. Like, I'm the guy that would be hosting the field party and feeding the kid booze, and I'm the total opposite.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, really, I'm not strict on Bailey, but I play 0 games with her. She knows there's a fine line between my dad's cool, but my dad ain't cool.
Right,
you know
right.
So it's just that hurts my feelings because I'm like, oh, y'all are just judging me, man. I'm actually, you know, I'm no different.